Hello and welcome to Niroto Productions' latest side project. We have all started playing Rift, and I think most of us believe that this game is awesome, even though it doesn't bring that much new to the table. We're not going to do that many Rift videos, as it is a side project, but I guess we're going to show you the more awesome parts of the game over the coming weeks. We're playing Defiant on the European PVP server, Mordant, and this is my character, Punisher. I'm playing a Mage Arch class with the Pyromancer, Elementalist, and Archon soul trees as my choice of 52 different soul tree combinations. This is Tamiril, also called Murik in our other videos, and he's playing the Rogue Arch class.
Hello. Well, basically, I chose for a ranged character, so I went for the Marksman, Ranger, and Bard subclasses. And I've also got a nice pet called Bark Bark Woof Woof. That's my trusty companion.
And this is Flaris. He's playing the Cleric Arch class.
Indeed, I'm absolving for my previous sins of killing the group by keeping them alive for a change.
We basically forced him to roll healer this time.
Yes. I'm playing the Cleric archetype, as you mentioned, and in that I'm playing the 3 healer builds, which are Sentinel, Warden, and Purifier. The current way I've got it set up is Sentinel is my main tree and Warden is sub-tree. If you've played, say, World of Warcraft, you could think of it as a Holy Priest meeting a Resto Druid.
And today we actually have 2 guest stars with us today. This is Felhammer. He's playing the Warrior Arch class.
Yeah, I'm going to be the tank for the group today. I've currently got my build set up as Paladin, Void Knight, and Beastmaster. I've got most of my points in the Paladin tree to give myself loads of defense.
And this is Blaze. He's playing the Rogue Arch class.
Hi, yes, I'm playing the Rogue Arch class with my main as Nightblade, sub is Riftstalker and Blade Dancer. I play the Nightblade because you can also get up and close and personal with melee, but if you like it for a change you can also use range spells and mix it up a bit. It makes it more fun and not as dull as other classes.
And today we were actually going to show you the first instance of the game for the Defiance, the Iron Tombs. So this is the Iron Tombs, and from what I've gathered from the story, this is the last resting place for their old fallen kings when
Spoilers
the land
ahead.
of Freemarsh was ruled by kings with an iron fist. When the people of Freemarsh overthrew the monarchy, the tombs fell into disrepair, and Elspeth, who's standing here, is now hatching plants inside the tombs. So, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Indeed.
let's-
As a disclaimer of what you're about to expect, we're going to show you raw footage from the instance. We're not going to be editing it, we're recording it as we do it, so you'll get a feel of what it's like running through the dungeon.
Yeah.
So, if it gets a bit chaotic in places, yeah, we're just
That's
showing you what
because
it's
it
actually
is.
like to be here. Indeed.
Yeah.
Right, so with that, let's go. I think these guys will have something to say to us.
And with that said, we are all experienced raiders in World of Warcraft, and we find this instance very tricky.
Regulos rules the dead, and you will lead his army.
Never.
I see we have more guests. I have other matters to attend to, but make yourselves comfortable. This tomb shall be your new home.
As you can see, Eliam is a man of many words.
Yes.
Many words, like one line.
Helpfully, pretty much all the dungeon quests are actually inside the instance, so you don't need to worry about free quests, etc.
Yeah, that's
So
one of the
that's
lessons
pretty
they
good.
learned from WoW.
Journey well.
Yeah, so just as WoW updated it to be like that.
Yes.
With,
And if you look at the release of the March Warrants, which is basically a repeatable quest, each time you enter the dungeon, this quest will pop up and will give you the loot at the end of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are going to be using marking, and it's actually
Yes.
required.
Flaris, you are now leader, so you can mark
So we've
stuff.
got one caster type and 2 melee types in front of us, so I suggest we crowd control the caster.
Yes.
Yeah, give me a second to change my spec. There we go.
Yes, helpful being the right spec.
Yeah, basically changing my my soul tree without points in it to give me an polymorph.
Alright.
All right, let's try and not kill ourselves horribly.
Okay, off you go then, Bunny.
Here we go.
Front spell.
Do you, Flaris, do you want to explain some of what you're doing as we go through the first bit of the instance?
Yes, indeed, I'll explain the various mechanics. First trash pull, quite simplistic in that you crowd control the caster that can heal them and then take down the melee ones. As you expect, really, from a typical trash pack.
I just interrupted the caster.
Indeed. It's really helpful if you use every ability at your disposal in Rift. The difficulty is actually built around you having to use all your abilities rather than, say, other games where you can steamroll through.
That,
Yeah.
and you actually have 3 classes to your...
The patrol's coming.
Okay,
Patrol.
you have 3 classes at your disposal, so you really have to quickly pick up which ability to use in what position, which also makes the game tricky yet really fun to figure out.
What
Unlike-
to polymorph?
Yeah, you can pull, but we might get the ad, so just be aware.
He's kind of slow.
Also,
Well-
the marking with numbers is a great improvement. Much
Yeah.
clearer
Yes.
for newbies.
Exactly.
As a little tip for anyone watching, the ad that does patrol around here is a lot more difficult than the individual monsters, so you do
mean-
want to avoid accidentally
mean-
pulling it.
You mean the guy
As
with
we will
sha-
now demonstrate.
Yeah,
there
you
you
mean the
go.
guy with shackles that's coming on right for us.
So I've just grabbed him. I laid off the caster because I already had aggro. So.
And there we go. Easy peasy. Hopefully.
During all fights, I am pushing up ground of power, which basically, due to talent, gives me 100% mana regeneration when standing in it. I also do 10% more damage.
I thought those were atmospheric candles to lighten the mood.
In that
It is
as
indeed.
well.
Is indeed class vision. Another tip: the sharpshooters hit hardest, so best to kill them first.
Yes.
I'm going to charge this group this time. So Bunny, when you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, there you go.
Actually, having my pet around is really helpful because he actually picks up the mobs for me as well.
Oh yeah,
So-
it helps if that is leveled up appropriately.
Yeah, he is now. So
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah. It's actually quite a unique feature of an MMO to have a warrior class with a pet, I guess.
I think every arts class can have pets.
Yeah,
Exactly.
At
Yeah.
least
You
one.
can opt to.
but you don't often see a tank running around with a companion. It's
Exactly. By the way, Fellhammer, what's your companion called?
He's called Linné.
Linné.
After, one of our guild members from WoW. He plays a feral druid, so he spends most of his time in cat form. So it's a little homage to him.
Well, it's a short, angry purple thing. So, same thing.
Yeah. Ready, Bunny?
Yeah, morphing.
There you go.
You know I always want my ground of power up first.
Oh yeah. I forgot that. Sorry.
How can you not know the intricate delicacies of a different class in a new game after
know. It's
two,
terrible.
2 days of playing?
Yeah, you're a mind
If you're
reader,
in a-
you know this.
If
What
you
am I
end
thinking
up
about?
in a public group in this game, and you do have class-specific mechanics that would change the tactics of the fight, do let them know. Being
Oh,
that
there's
it's-
another group coming. Group coming.
It would be unreasonable to expect people to know all, what is it, 52 combinations of classes.
Hell, I have
Something
a
about
hard,
that, something like that.
I have a hard time figuring out what some abilities do in WoW still, because they keep changing with every damn patch.
So I'm basically using the paladin archetype as my main, sort of where I've put most of my points. It seems to be the best tanking class, and I'm just using the abilities associated with that to tank. They seem to work pretty well.
Well, it hasn't gotten us killed so far, 3 rooms in.
I should probably stop slacking and do the marks. They're both melee, I think. Don't quote me on that.
One thing that's unique to the mage class is that every time, or almost every time, I cast a spell, I get charge, which I can use to which I can use to different skills, like revitalize, which gives me basically changing charge to mana, or smoldering power, which reduces my mana cost.
There is a patrol.
There is. Yes, there is indeed a
by
patrol.
75%.
Shall we pull quickly now?
Yeah,
pull
do
him
a
around the
line of
corner.
sight pull.
The patrol isn't actually moving.
Yet.
I'm actually wondering, why are we making our first video of a instance which isn't actually the defining feature of Rift, it's the dynamic contact in the game. I guess we have to show you guys that as well.
Yes, we can highlight some invasions in the future, although they are obviously quite difficult to plan around, but we'll do our best.
Yeah.
We will, yeah.
So the loot system is exactly the same as in WoW, pretty much.
Yes, it's just need and greed.
And we've just pulled something.
Oh dear.
Kill that channeler. And I'll grab the phantasm. So I'm kind of using my pet as a backup at the moment to pick up anything that I might miss. He's not that tough, but he's tough enough that he can take a couple of hits. I haven't put any points into Beastmaster.
Any little bit helps at this point, I guess, since we're all learning the game still.
Yeah. It's had its official release today.
Yes, we all pre-ordered though, so we all had like what, 2 weeks
No,
time
1 week.
for it? 1 week.
head start.
1 week
I only
head start.
started playing a couple of days ago though, so
It's same here.
I must shape new.
This dungeon
Right.
is quite long, by the way, for the viewer, so don't worry if your group skips any trash packs. There's plenty of stuff in the
the
instance.
first boss is wandering across our path at the moment, Cow or Ashstone.
I'm going to mark the boss as 7, so we can always see where he
Yep.
is.
This guy, Kaur Ashstone, is basically he's one of the builders of this Iron Tomb. And his ghost just walks around this area.
Do you want to sheep the 8, Bunny, and I'll
Yep,
get
it's
going?
done.
I think the boss is less a ghost, more a zombie.
He's a
Yeah.
mummy kind of thing, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's still one of the creators of the tomb. And
He's
apparently
quite
he's
angry
searching
about
for
it
his
all.
king.
As you might hear, if we're all quiet, you can actually hear the voice acting, which, unlike WoW, has multiple people in it.
Oh, there we go. Nice level up.
Congratulations.
Congrats! What level are you now? 19?
Yeah. I would attempt to level up, but yeah, there we go. Out of combat.
Have we worked out what his mechanic is, by the way, that makes him hit like a train?
We have a rough idea. We were not certain, by the way, on any of the mechanics here. We're only guessing. So we believe that the boss, the lower his hit points, the harder he hits. Being that the fight does seem to become progressively more difficult, and there's nothing else we can tell